Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Rock Truth. I'm your host, Willie Joyner, and thank you for joining us as we rock truth. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, altered, and to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inerrant, and the final authority for all. Rock Truth is founded on He, who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. Y'all here? I gotta bring everybody in.
Definitely.
I probably
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, everybody. Mary is going to murder me.
Where's our music, Will?
What music?
There's goodness.
Music? What? Did I?
I'm dead because Mary, she looked like one of them moms. That was just
mad at me. She mad at me.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Like, this is not what we rehearsed.
What? That's why. I'm sorry.
Look. One thing.
Everything.
I'm dead.
Wait, come back. Hey, come back. Don't jump out. I got control. Don't.
One thing we do know is God is in control, and
yes, He is.
What we are gonna do is proceed to move forward. All right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna perform like the roles we are.
Yay.
So,
Mary, stop jumping out of the show.
To everybody listening and paying attention and watching, seeing that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we have a guest on the show, my sister, Shuntell Alston, that we'll be bringing in. And she's going to be discussing her book and as well as other things. Her book is called Worth Fighting For. It's about cancer, breast cancer, and I'm assuming that she's going to give us the rest of her information as far as her new and upcoming books and other venues that are coming on. Will, do we have her backstage yet?
Yes. What was he said? Miss Austin? No, Miss Jones, right?
No, Miss Austin.
Miss Austin. All right, yeah, I'm bringing her
Shuntell Austin.
Yep, bringing her in right now.
And there she is.
There she is.
What's going on, sis?
How you guys doing?
We doing pretty. I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm fine.
So, let's just get right on down into it. Will, do you have a picture of her? Do you have the picture of her book?
I'm working on it. Give me a couple of seconds here. I'll bring it up.
Okay. Well, the first thing that I wanted to ask is, we would need you to tell the people what inspired you to do the Worth Fighting book.
All right. Like I will say, my name is Shuntell Alston. I had breast cancer, HER2 positive, and also I had ovarian cancer. So during my cancer journey, what inspired me
to she bouncing in and out.
What's happening?
You got good connection over there?
I thought I
Sis? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so if you can go over that again.
What inspired me that my husband was in Afghanistan. Long. So by me going to chemo, 13 months of chemo, 8 months of radiation, 6 surgeries at the time, and I had 12 weeks of therapy. I was sitting there alone with no one there to hold my hand. And I noticed a lot more people, not just me, by themselves. I was driving myself to chemo as I were delivering boxes to my husband in Afghanistan. Now, my book is called "You Were Fighting for All." You were fighting for a cancer-worn marriage, because I was battling cancer, and a marriage and war. So I had 3 journeys going on.
Right.
Maintain my life with cancer, try to keep from dying. Trying to support my husband in Afghanistan to keep from dying. And I was trying to maintain my marriage all at the same time.
Wow.
Wow.
So another thing I wanted to know too was who actually, or was it just your idea to write the book, or did you actually get the inspiration from somebody else saying that, you know, like, girl, you got a story, you should write a book about it?
I have always wanted to write a book before I had cancer, but then when I had cancer, I said, you know, I'm writing people that you can do it.
You're going in and out a little bit.
We always say that we can't do it. You know how the
Right.
word can't always in people's vocabulary. So
Right.
I'm here to tell people and show people it can be done. I go to chemo 13 months by myself, sitting on the side of the road, throwing up. No one there with me but me. Police stopping, tapping on the window. You okay? I just took chemo. You know, he said, okay, can I lay here or sit here for a good 20 minutes? Just give me 20 more minutes.
Mhm.
You know, so I say it can be done. When people say I can't take chemo because I have no one to take, no, yes, you can. I did 13 months by myself.
Wow.
So what are some what are some suggestions that you can give to people who are fighting it?
To never give up.
That's right.
Born, because number one, if you don't fight for yourself, ain't nobody going to fight for you.
Right.
Now, I have a fiance, Michelle. I call her just my sister.
Right.
He used to call me every morning, and I have felt I was in a depression stage, and she's always called me and say, "Just hey, beautiful, you still beautiful, no hair, weighing 70 pounds, 80 pounds," and I felt that I was ugly. I wasn't gonna make it. Wasn't nobody. My husband's gonna leave me. All this was going through my head. But Shell, he's always called me every morning just to say, hey, beautiful, how you doing? You going to chemo? Okay. Hey, beautiful. So that there inspired me also, because I had someone there just to tell me, it wasn't much words, but to tell me you're beautiful.
Right. And you know what? We all need that when we're going through anything, but especially when going through something like this, because for one, it's life threatening, and for two, it sends you through a state of depression as to where you feel like don't nobody care about you, or the rest of the world is possibly against you. I can't physically relate, but I can relate to that point to whereas people don't care. Where you feel like people don't care about you in a situation if they're not checking up on you enough, or if they're not walking with you through that situation. So I definitely can understand that point.
Yeah, but you were never alone. God was always there.
Amen.
And I'm
So all that, when you was pulling over, he was there. When you was throwing up, he was there. When you was driving, he was there. He was there.
But
Always there.
when you said that, I had turned my back on God because I thought God put this on me. Look, I said, God, you put this on me. I'm done with church. I'm done with God. I said, why? I have never been sick. I said, you destroying me. I went on and on and on and on. But baby, I tell people, he brought me to the ground. When I said ground, I had to get on my knees and holler and cry to him and say, I'm here. What do you want? How do you want me? And I was in the dark. I kept dark. After you came to my house, I had them black blinds and stuff. So you
Right.
I black blinds. Whole house to black because it was dark. I felt a dark place in my life.
Right.
So it's like, okay, now I got to get out this situation that I'm in because I see no one's going to fight for me. So I have to fight for myself. That's what the fight.
Amen.
That's God's way of getting your attention.
Oh, he got it.
Because I remember I went through a bad of suicidal thoughts in my life, and when I say I was walking down a set of train tracks at 3 a.m. in the morning, so I know about a dark place.
So what are some things you get involved in the community, community wise, or any other different type of services that you might offer as far as helping people out with it that are in the same situation?
So what we do is foundation.
Say it
I
again.
so I have a foundation that's called Your Worth Fighting For. So what we do in our foundation, we go out to find cancer patients that's in need of help, who has lack of insurance, who can't pay for their prescription or try to have chemo. So my foundation, we go out and find these patients and we try to donate money towards them. I don't get no kind of percentage of it. Everything I make, I give them the money. I try to encourage them. We help with funeral expenses. We do counseling. We do what else we do? Funeral counseling. We help pay the bills. We pay medication. We take you to work. We take you to chemo rather. We try to do multiple things because we're looking at it now with cancer, which is my foundation is based off cancer. Now I have took it to another level.
Okay. And so what areas do you focus on as far as the services, or do you go everywhere?
We go everywhere. I just help
Okay.
somebody, a girl in Georgia, which I do remote, inbox me, my foundation, and ask me, hey, could you help me have cancer? What I do is, I know some people that scheme out here. I do an intake. So you have to do an intake in order to get assistance.
Right.
Okay.
Send me information, let me know they do have cancer. And I send my information back with your HIPAA law. Let people know that I show them the paper stating that, hey, we can do this with no money. I discuss your business. I make them sign a paper. I sign it, and then we go from there.
Right. Oh, okay. So you handling business like for real, legally?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
I
definitely
used to work
good
for a
to know.
service like that. Yeah, I used to work for a service like that.
Yeah, that's definitely good information to know. So, what else do you got coming? What you got coming up next?
So right now, you guys, I am movement with Lady J and
Say that one more time. We ain't hear you.
You went out.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Say that one more
we wrote a
time. You
book
said Lady
called,
J.
Lady J, Basima, Danielle, and me. We all wrote a book called I Survived Suicide. So it's a movement out here now. We made the New York trend. That was a plus. We were shocked at that.
Okay.
We began to do good things with the suicide movement. We're going to have a book signing coming up soon for the I Survived Suicide. So I survived suicide with a hand shot. I want to kill myself.
Right.
So each one of us telling our story and giving people encouragement words that it's more than life than try to take your life.
Right. Hey, real quick, how can people get in contact with you? We got Facebook asking right now.
Yes, we have my Facebook, You're Worth Fighting For page. Also IG, You're Worth Fighting For. YourWorthFightingFor.org is my website. And YourWorthFightingFor@gmail.com.
Okay.
The number 4.
Go ahead.
And your
we're gonna get that put on screen in a second here.
Yes, it's YourWorthFighting number 4.org. That's my webpage. You're Worth Fighting For. I'm sorry.
So I got a Facebook user that's asking. They want to know why were you having suicidal thoughts?
I was having them because I was so depressed. By my, like I said, he was overseas, and I had no one here in the house with me. And I felt everyone had left me, all my friends and everyone. So I kept thinking that I was a burden on my husband. Even he was overseas, and he told me he preferred to go over there to die so I can live, so I can get the treatments that I needed. But I didn't want to do that, but he did it anyway. So I kept saying, he don't love me. I had in one ear was telling me, you had those thoughts coming in your head.
Right.
Was saying stuff like, he's going to leave you. He don't want you. You bald head. You skinny. What he going to do with a sick wife? These always playing in my head. And I used to tell my husband, I used to always tell him, Anthony, you love me? He said, babe, I love you to death. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm not going nowhere. I kept saying, no, he's going to leave me. This was in my head. Because I wasn't looking like the shuntell I was when we got together.
Right.
And that's what made me. Go ahead.
That's so interesting about our enemy, the person that's on the inside that is constantly fighting with, fighting with the spirit, because here we are, we got some purpose, we got something greater to do in life, but we hold ourselves back. We tell ourselves, no, we can't do it, or we want to kill ourselves. Yeah,
Yep.
I went through that same. I went through that same exact thing. Not even 10 years ago, actually. So yeah, I can completely understand that. Our
And,
background. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and that devil. Listen, I have
He a rough one.
a plethora of notes that I can go to with experience with that mark there. You understand? Listen, I have been there on that road, that particular road, twice. One time I was already going. I was hanging in a tree, and my daughter's uncle cut me
Wait,
down. And the second time, I had a chain around my neck. You understand what I'm saying? So when that devil get enough power inside of you, you know what you saying. To hell with it, and you gonna let it go. Oh, he get to reacting. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can understand that. I definitely can understand that. And I can relate to the situation, but I tell you what though, how the saying go, greater is he that is in me than he that is in this world.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
I'm more than a conqueror. You see where I'm sitting at today, wearing this lovely pink, don't you? And see this,
That's real nice.
It wasn't time for you to go. You still have work to
Flamingo
do.
like.
God is
Like, don't
good.
go work around that tree. Nah, he got something to do.
Oh, speaking of God, Jesus is always on the main line, so you can always call and tell him what you want. And our lines have now opened up for anyone to call in. 74724 truth. 74724 truth. The phone lines are now open.
There was actually a question saying that you ended your book without closing. What made you decide not to complete the book?
Because I got a part 2 coming out in April. So part 2 is going to be You're Worth Fighting For, Bloodshed and Tears. Now it's going to get real deep, and it's going to tell about when my husband came home from Afghanistan and the thoughts he had of suicide compared to my thoughts of suicide, and the structure trying to keep our marriage together, and the crying together,
Blood,
the
sweat, and
together.
tears.
So it's going to be real deep part 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give you something to really think about as when I stop my book. And people say, okay, what happened next?
Right. And without me probably getting into the things that are in your books and everything, like I know her personally. I served with her husband, my brother, the first tour that he went on over, and I knew her brother personally. So and I was gonna say, I know you had a lot going on in your lifetime with your husband being overseas, the thing that happened with Pimp. Rest in peace to your brother. That was my brother too. So I watched you on a long journey, and including me being a knucklehead around them times, and you having to tell me like, Ivan, would you get yourself together? So, because I was a part of their life as well. I took a trip down to Indianapolis to go check on him when he was on his second rotation, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we stay down there a weekend.
Yep, a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Y'all left that Monday.
Right. So, I personally seen the journey, and I tell you what, though, God definitely did his thing with you. He definitely, they say he's an on-time God. I ain't going to start singing up in here. We get Will to preaching it.
My last surgery.
But yes, he is.
My last surgery was January of this year, number 7. So I look at it 7 as completion, baby.
Completion.
So how do you feel right now?
Do it.
I feel good.
You look good.
You look
really
good.
do.
7, y'all.
You really
7, I'm
do.
like, Jesus, 7 is completion. I tell everybody, I'm done with surgery.
Amen. Amen.
Hey, Ivo, you know what's stripped out? Ivo, everybody that has come on this show, or just about any show, and especially after they dealt with cancer, some type of hardship, they don't look like nothing they went through.
Nothing like what they went through. That ain't nothing but God. That ain't
So,
nothing but God.
That literally helps us understand the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, right? Because here
Amen.
they are in a fiery furnace, but they don't smell like smoke, right? This lady went
Hey,
through all of this, and she don't even look like. I would not have known that you had a battle with cancer at all,
Okay,
two.
because
ever.
get
Two
shirt
battles.
off your shoulders. What?
you
Breast
know what
cancer. I
I
had breast cancer, but
And
I got breast
ovarian.
cancer, HER2 positive. With the HER2 positive is a blood cancer.
mean?
Mm.
So they said I was a walking cancer. I told them, no, I'm not. Next thing
Wow.
you know, the devil, like
Okay.
you said, the devil tried to attack me again. I had ovarian cancer. So there it goes again. They called my husband,
Right.
got Red Cross home. She needs surgery ASAP. We got to get him home. I said, Jesus, I can't do this. So they was telling me it started to attack my organs. So you know what I did?
Wow.
I got down and started praying. I said, you know what?
Amen.
I said, you said I got blood cancer. No, I don't. So I went
Right.
back to the doctor after I had this surgery in January. He told me, I don't see a cancer bone cell in your body
Period.
no more.
Mm,
He
mm,
said that
Okay.
mm.
you had blood cancer. He said it's
Mm-hmm.
very rare that blood cancer goes away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
You didn't
It's
have
not rare
nothing
when it's in
wrong.
God's hands though, because who does God say you are?
Hey,
Yes.
okay,
Right.
okay.
Right.
That's all. When you say what he says about you, don't worry, it's there. It's always gonna
Yep.
be there.
Okay, so we got another question for you. And that question came in and says, "What lesson did you learn that you can share with our viewers?"
The lesson I learned from me battling cancer is everyone is not there for your journey, to go on your journey with you, and never give up on. I learned to be patient. I learned to accept the fact and not never ever. I tell people all the time, don't blame God for nothing, because God knew when He made me that I was going to have cancer and I was going to go through this journey alone. So I learned from being patient. I learned from helping people more because I had stopped helping people. So I looked at the fact that, hey, this is just something temporarily. I
Mm-hmm.
learned to go back to, I learned to appreciate my husband more because, like they say,
Mm-hmm.
you appreciate somebody when they dead.
Yep.
But then you say, we shoulda, coulda, woulda. But
Right.
this
Yep.
man gave his life for me. He sit there and told my
Mm-hmm.
doctor that I'm going overseas. If I have to die, she gonna live.
Mm.
Right.
And I said, well, this man actually loved me. So I learned to appreciate him more than anything now. I took him for granted. That's how I look at it. So I tell people all the time, don't take your mother, your spouse, your nobody for granted. Because they're not gonna
Yeah.
be here always.
Exactly.
Wow.
Don't take
Exactly.
life for granted.
And you
You
know
can't be grateful and fearful at the same time.
Hmm.
and you know that the whole thing about keeping God first is this is the way that you come out of your journey. I explained to one of my friends. I said, you know what? Um, Imagine yourself in this boat, and you in the middle of this water, and you got crocodiles and alligators on one side, sharks on the other, and you in the middle of some fog and a storm. But the thing is, you can't go back where you came from. You got to make it through the storm. Well, listen, if you jump out the boat, you're gonna get ate.
Right.
If you rock the boat, they gonna get in there and get you, and you're gonna get ate. So the whole point is, you gotta. My whole point about that was when God tell you just be still
Hmm.
and keep the faith, then that's what you're supposed to do. Because you can hear the people on the other side saying, "Hey, if you just sit there and wait, God gonna take care of you." You understand what I said? So seeing you as how you came out of this situation is an example of the same thing that I'll be talking about. And when I'm telling people, so it's definitely good. And I got to read up on your book again too, but it's definitely good that we can always have a person that we can see what God has done with them in order to. So should I say a walking testimony? You
Yes.
feel me? It's definitely good to always see that. And to the viewers and the listeners, I suggest y'all go and pick up her book. You want to give them all of your information again?
My book is on Amazon, Amazon.com. You can get it off Amazon. And also my
You're
book
worth
is
fighting
on
for.
You're Worth Fighting For, All Cancer, Cancer, War, and Marriage.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. you can go to my webpage. I'm yourorefightingfor.org, and my website break it down. We do cancer balls also. I forgot to throw that out there. Every year I do a cancer ball for all cancer matters.
Okay.
So
Do you have to have cancer to come to the ball?
No.
Okay.
You don't have to have
Okay.
cancer. You don't have to have cancer. You can have anyone that you know, or you just want to come to the ball. Dress up. We dress up. We play music. We give awards out. We have doctors
Okay.
there speaking. We have a preacher there. Every year,
Oh.
someone's different there, speaking to us, doctors, nurses, giving us information on like the cures or new cures or what people can do to prevent cancer. Which to me is nothing to prevent it, but they say it is. But I say God is to prevent it.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. And with that being said, Shuntell, we thank you for coming in. We have to end this portion of the segment, but we will definitely be promoting and pushing your book, and I'll be getting in tune with you very, very soon.
Thank you guys for having me.
Is there anything you guys want to say before she gets out of here?
Oh no, God bless you. Again, you do not look like anything that you've been through. I promise you, you look like you just, I don't want to say fresh out the womb. That wouldn't even
right.
But you are a beautiful young lady. God bless you. Thank you for your presence.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Mama says she loves her. Oh, okay.